everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. YouTube is the largest platform that I know of right now, the one that is more likely to, well, get you any views. They are an American online video sharing platform. They were purchased by Google many years ago, but they didn't start out as Google itself. But yes, they were purchased later on, and they, right now, we're talking about views and things like that. We're talking about how they're going to be starting to count views from the moment the video begins on August 24th. Their excuse is that they are going to just be having the consistency across platforms. YouTube has never been consistent about anything, but the consistency across platforms. Historically, they use multiple view counting systems across different formats. We've heard the creators want to eliminate the metric confusion. That's for people who have, live streams versus regular views of long form content versus short form content, which is the shorts. And it will play August 24th. How was it before when the video ended? It was usually, I think, after about 30 seconds or so, I think is when most views counted before. Also including just letting it play in the recommended page, because that would be ridiculous. Next, it will count views as videos you scrolled past and almost clicked on. Because the thing is, on mobile, it will automatically play a lot of videos as you scroll through, whether they be shorts or whatever. So in this case, you're going to be giving people views and things like that. If you just scroll through them, you don't even necessarily watch the actual video. The thing that here, of course, is that Pippa is saying here, welcome to clickbait thumbnails that have nothing to do with the video. Someone responded here. It says, all this means is average view duration will decrease, combining it with the higher threshold of metrics needed to become partnered, and you have a stronger defense against content farms. If the view count rises, but the watch time does not, the content is depreciated. Because not only is view content, like for example, content farms are trying to get monetized as quickly as possible, not only will the view count happen, which can easily be botted and stuff like that, but they need view duration and people staying there for longer, basically. The hours are going to count more. Verified YouTubers are categorized corporate, categorically corporate, since you've given advanced tools to run a business virtually no cost. Views are essentially a vanity metric, so updating better utilizes the public visibility of upper limit to a creator's reach, allowing them to be picked up more often by sponsors. More views don't automatically mean more ad revenue, since the idea of this will embolden content farms is a very surface level understanding of how YouTube has evolved to compete against Twitch and TikTok. The point is to publicly show a better number that represents the actual reach a video has, signals more authority to any brand or sponsor wanting to partner with you, and also sponsors wanting to put money into ads on YouTube videos. That's what YouTube is going for more. YouTube wants this vanity metric. This is my understanding, at least. This is the way I see it. YouTube wants the vanity metric to be like, look how many views we're getting a month. You can put these on our videos. You can put ads on our videos. Look how many people you can reach per month, or you can reach per, ad view. Also remember the recommended thumbnails that appear after a video ends have dropped from 9 to 6 to just 3 videos after the past few years. Platform is artificially inflating vanity metrics while simultaneously shrinking the space for organic discovery. And they've made some changes recently. I've talked to this about my live stream community. Behind the scenes, YouTube has been making several changes. I've noticed because like the chat disappears on my studio page, usually when things are going kind of weird on YouTube. And yeah, lo and behold, this happens right after that. Agree mostly, but it's a huge chunk of creators directly motivated by vanity, or is not smart enough, patient enough to figure out that it's not a meta anymore. Clickbait will definitely return, even if not for long. The primary thing is, you don't get any ad revenue on just large clicks. You don't. And that's what people are looking for when they want to create a larger channel, to get at least some ad revenue. And the ad revenue works if your ad is viewed, and ads are not put in some are put in the beginning of the video, but if people click away from that and aren't actually viewing it, then you won't get that ad revenue, even though the ad revenue, to be honest with you, is pennies. Pennies on the dollar. Let's say YouTube gets $1. You literally get a penny of it. Or in some, per 1,000 views, you'll get maybe 10 cents or something like that. So you need to be a large creator to actually get something worthwhile. And the Squirrel on mobile just starts autoplaying even when I don't have it enabled. When I turn off the up next feature, it also just auto turns back on. So maybe the thumbnail will only be part of the issue. In my opinion, YouTube CTR is always a PvP. You have videos, 1 advertisement, 5 shorts on a typical home screen. You have clickbait because you're battling against Mr. Beast in a 1v1 thumbnail of PvP. That's the thing. As long as the title has something to do with the creator, etc., that you are talking about, in my case, the story that is happening there, you can sensationalize it. Sensationalization and clickbait is something a little bit different. Clickbait is like saying, for example, you see, I did something on Aki Rosenthal. Aki Rosenthal decides to leave Hololive or something like that, and it's about the recent Aki Rosenthal news. But it's not. But it has nothing to do with Aki Rosenthal leaving Hololive, and I just put it out there because like it's Aki Rosenthal having, I don't know, an H manga put out of her and it being shown on a TV thing. But I put out that she leaves Hololive because people want to actually click that, and it gets me tons of clicks. People were like, "What the heck? This is Aki Rosenthal. This is a different situation with Aki, but it's not anything like what you said. It can sensationalize things by like making that specific thing seem like wilder than it is a little bit. That's sensationalization. That's kind of what YouTube asks for. As long as you're not saying one thing or like saying it's like an Aki Rosenthal thing and then putting Hachama or something like that in it. That's something different. This plus no dislikes means endless slop. We are basically going back to pre-2018 clicks. What do you mean though about the clickbait? But if no one hangs around to watch it, we'll shoot them in the foot. The ads only happen if they stick around. Exactly. So I don't think the clickbait's going to get too much worse. They're going here means average view duration will decrease. Combine this with higher threshold of metrics to become partnered. You have a stronger defense against content farms because if the view count rises but the watch time doesn't, the content is depreciated and it will not be recommended. Because if you have tons of views, but very few people stay, YouTube is still going to see that as a video no one wants to watch, and it's not going to risk sending it to larger groups of people. It's one of the things that's going to happen there. Continuing on here, YouTube's R&D team fixing the last of what's not broken on with the subhuman hands. Don't upload videos on YouTube, so I'm not sure I understand what this is a bad thing. Will the view counts go up or down from this? They're going to go up. Next thing we know, they're going to take away the pause button in order to streamline the viewing experience. And before YouTube tells their investors that they increase view time by greater than %, hey, at least the thing YouTubers told me to do when I was a kid, refresh the tab, will work again. How nostalgic. Implying that there's humans doing this. I don't get why YouTube does things like this anymore. Do you think humans work there anymore? So yeah. It's just people are frustrated at the whole thing. And it's like Zach Bussy is someone that I've used before in these types of things. Says, to me, this feels like it's done so they don't have to pay for two separate algorithms. I wonder if the metrics for what is reprimanded will be more or less strict. I think it's a band-aid to try to make up for not counting views from people using ad block, which is half the platform. How will this negatively affect videos? On the surface, it feels like a vanity metric while narrowing the gap between total shorts views and long-form views. There's a risk of clickbait content getting more views. People close the tab quickly after those. Plus, no one view counts. Like, it wouldn't be a +1 view count. So we lose signal of quality similar to how they remove dislikes as surface level creation indicator. So yeah, that's the thing. You guys let me know what you guys think though. That is my thought. And of course you have other people, saying it's a bad idea, updating people on the whole situation, not liking the change, ruins everything you know about Vocaloid statistics, and things like that. Just people not liking it. In general, people don't like it, especially VTubers. Ooh, subliminal messaging. Follow the squirrel. Subscribe to the squirrel. This is not a psyop. This is just me being a dumbass. Ooh, subscribe. Miss Lala has had some sad news, but she has been very strong in being able to advocate for herself and putting it out there for her community. Miss Lala is an independent English-speaking female Puerto Rican VTuber, and we are talking about this situation that happened here. Goes on immediate medical hiatus due to pregnancy being corneal interstitial pregnancy. What that is, for people who don't know before we get started, that is a pregnancy that is uterine, but ectopic, which means that it is not inside of the uterine cavity where usually the pregnancies will be. That's where they're meant to be. It is in one of the fallopian tubes. This is dangerous for the exact reason that you think. Fallopian tubes are not meant to have a growing embryo. They are not meant to deal with a growing embryo. Uteruses are meant to expand in the way that they're needed for growing embryos and things like that, not the fallopian tube. So this can lead to various complications, which we're going to be talking about here. Starting immediately, I'll be taking a medical hiatus from all streaming activities. My pregnancy turned out to be a corneal pregnancy, and early Friday morning, I was rushed to the hospital because my uterus burst and lost about 3 liters of blood. That is insane. That is an insane amount. That is, yes, life-threatening. Absolutely. I'm in the hospital for the rest of the week. Additional 6 to 8 weeks recovery period ahead of me. Devastated does not begin to describe how both my husband and I feel. Absolutely. It is devastating to hear this from anybody and to happen to anybody. It is devastating because for various reasons I won't mention because, it could be triggering some. But thank you so much for all the love and support. I look forward to opening the diner doors again soon. Iggy, oh my God, Lala, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Please take the time you need. Sending all the love, both you and your husband. Camila, so sorry. Manifesting loss of strength and a smooth recovery. Can't possibly imagine what an absolute soul-crushing experience this must be. Nothing but love for you. Omar hugs. Zentreya sending lots of love. Lots of people sending lots of love because this is what she needs. She needs love. She needs support, appreciation, and a better explanation from an actual doctor. Says, for those who don't know, coronal pregnancy is an extremely rare type of ectopic pregnancy. Fertilized egg implants right at the segment where the fallopian tube crosses into the upper uterine horn, like right up here, the corneal one. And it is, there are different forms of pregnancy. She got the corneal one there. Instead of normal endometrium, which is the cervical area, the kind of the darker red area where you would usually get the implantation of the embryo. Ultimately incompatible with life. Unfortunately, due to the growth of the embryo itself, there's a high risk of uterine rupture and life-threatening hemorrhage, which is what ultimately happened to Lala's case. 3 liters of blood is more than half the body's total blood volume, and it's a miracle that Lala survived this ordeal and can even share her story with us. It's because they reacted quick enough. Please send all your love and support to her, Don Don. And here, Kay did not expect the post to be so controversial. Capacity as a physician on providing objective translation for a terrible situation, and a friend shared online. Caught up with Lala the week before her pregnancy announcements, between traveling, running her own booth, diner, even emceeing. You cannot have shown me an example of a more hardworking person until their first trimester. Even in her original announcement, she revealed her history of 2 prior miscarriages. Lala was open with this and many other details of her emergency, blood loss, and recovery from her community. Yet in her own replies, there are still fans speculating on her loss, speaking on viability, even for future fertility plans. That's not something you talk about. Absolutely not. Speaking, to a woman who just lost her pregnancy and was very close to losing her life as well. Kinds of posts just inappropriate and unnecessary, and so I fight medical misinformation where I can. Factual explanation of the coronal pregnancy does not take away from the tragedy of the situation. Even coronal pregnancy itself is a rare medical term, often incorrectly interchanged between doctors' interstitial and angular pregnancy, to the point where I would trust Google or ChatGPT. I wouldn't trust Google or ChatGPT to come up with the right resource to point someone to. Disclose this term herself, so I provided an explanation for what type of ectopic pregnancy it was, why it's dangerous, and what ultimately led to her being being rushed to the hospital on Friday. I share these facts as information, not exploitation. Don't add any more details, theorize on her condition, or reduce her statistic. Yeah, he's just doing it as a doctor and as a friend, and that's it. I don't know why that became, controversial. I just want to give you guys this, and I absolutely wish her a quick and speedy recovery. And of course, as mentioned, I will not speculate on anything beyond what was shown by her and what was explained by her and the MD here. So you guys let me know what you think, of course, and we're going to continue with more news. Terra 404 is an English language VTuber as a part of V4 Mirai, and as I had been posting recently and my videos and such like that, she is having a bit of an update. More than a bit of an update, she's actually having an update. Terra 404 2.0 arrives, reboot required, loading August 15th, 7 p.m. PDT, 10 p.m. EDT, Eastern Daylight Time and Pacific Daylight Time respectively. So this was when I had mentioned it before, that it was going to be happening on the 15th. 15th was the weekend, and this is what we have here. This is when it ended up happening, and let's take a look at her new stuff here. Let me make sure the volume's up. Yep, it is. So she had kind of like a old, well, very much old school type of intro here, where she has this type of things here. It's cool. It's cool to see this, like an old school game, like the 90s game type of thing going on.
Wow! Bugaboos, where'd I go? Are hello! Where are you guys? Hey, I hope you...
And there we go.
Look!
She's very cyber-esque.
Right here. Look how... Dang, I look really tall. I've already guessed it, but...
The tail is it has sections.
Guess what this is? Did you like my fun little surprises that I totally didn't do last minute? You're scared? Why?
That's her new look. Very nice. Without the tail. Look without the tail. Very nice.
You
And,
you wouldn't kick this Gotsuji.
there we go.
Oh,
Right on time.
what?
The 2.0 outfit looks awesome. Terra.
So also you have the full set with bonuses.
You cannot eat the hoge. Excuse me. Now matching jackets.
You have
with
different
me.
things here: jacket, hoodie, ahoge, keychain. Apparently, it's oh, she also has a hoodie as well. Very nice. Very glad she was able to get something like this. My error, ama error, whichever way it's actually put there. It's put a my down below. That's why I put it on my error. With ama Aime EXE, Mino Miyako, and Aishi Ai. They are all members of this, and the reason why I'm talking about them all is because all the members went and did their recent debuts as part of this group here. We're going to take a look here. The debut stream, Your Ears Belong to Us, is their full-on debut stream as well, as is already mentioned. Let's take a good look. Sorry, I had to fix the sound. Had to fix the sound because it was a little loud.
Hearing. I don't think anyone really pointed out the letters. I don't think they thought it had any significance.
It was just the Morse code that was like, people were like, oh, that's, yeah, but I had like hidden letters in it and I don't think anyone did. I was a bit worried that like maybe the effects were too difficult to like see it, but then I kept like squinting at it. I'm like, well, if I can see it, who's legally blind, it should be all right.
Right.
Dear Lordy. No, if
Wait,
you have
what
people
group?
like me, then you definitely won't see it.
What group?
Our group.
Amare error.
On the group, I was like, what do we feel about ARGs? Do you think we could make one?
We did it.
And we did. And I'm like, yay, I did it. I can mark it off my little bucket list. I'm like,
Yay.
ARG.
More reputation that you can like put forth into the VTubing world. So now when we do meet and greets and stuff, it could be like, have a meet and greet with Amai ever at these times. It'll just be 3 different times with 3 different talents. You know, like instead of just being like, have a meet and greet with me. You know, at this
Okay, they went through all this thing of all the questions that people had and all the things that people were worrying about, wondering about the whole new group. Is it going to change the way any of them stream, that type of thing? I'm glad that they were able to do something like this because it is absolutely not easy to do that. And they also came out with a group cover of Pop In 2. And of course, I can't show it to you guys because every single time, and I'm telling you, every single time I do anything that's a cover or anything like that, I get copyright struck or hit or whatever. So, of course, I'm gonna just dabble in a little bit and just let you guys see a little bit of what's going on here. So little things like that. I might still get hit, but I was like, screw it. I might as well show you guys a little bit of it. Very nice. I'm glad they were able to do something like this. Of course, this always takes a lot of money anyways, because you're getting people to animate things, getting people to make, use art and animate it in any way, shape, or form. It takes money. So congratulations on both their group debut and their cover debut.
I'm the wrestler. That one wasn't bad. Thanks. Look, I couldn't think of help, please. Jack! You're getting worse. What do you? That one was creative. That one was creative. Hey, baby, you look like you could use a mechanic. Well, I got this book here. On never mind, I lost it.
This is the point in time. This is the point in time where I would run away. Where I would absolutely just like scooch. I would throw a smoke bomb, like the old school smoke bombs and smoke grenade, and then just vamoose. I'd probably actually cough up a storm and then try to vamoose, and I'd probably hit like a freaking pole or something. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.